everybody, welcome back to my channel. Good morning, vlogsters. Look, I'm a wicked witch. Got my mummy pajamas on. I actually got a set for Julie and a set for Jim because I love having matching pajamas for my family. I'm weird that way. Coffee's fresh and hot because it's Sunday. Welcome to the Sunday Sit and Sip. Vlogsters, my husband has been so romantic and cranky and apologetic and miserable and happy. He's had a very emotional weekend. Let me tell you all about it. I said I'm a wicked witch. Are you the handsome devil today? First of all, I'm going to take my blanket off because I'm starting to get really warm. When he leaves the room, he kicks the heat on. And it starts to build up in here because I have all the fans off. Good morning. Ladies and jelly spoons, I come before you to stand behind you to tell you something I know nothing about. There'll be a ladies' meeting for men's only, Tuesday the day after Friday. Admission is free. You could pay at the door. We'll give you a seat. You could sit on the floor. I know. I don't know why I just did that. That's crazy. For some reason, all of these like cute little word plays, I guess is what you would say, popped into my head. My sister's friends in high school came up with like this countdown of like crazy word, not crazy words, but like 9 apathetic, sympathetic, diabetic old men on roller skates with a marked I can't say it. A marked towards procrastination and sloth. What? I can't remember it. And then my cousins taught us like, oh, I am just piloting. No one knows what shape I'm in. Got 4 wheels and a running board. Got 4 doors. I'm just a Ford. Honk, honk, rattle, rattle, crash, beep, beep. Honk, honk, rattle, rattle, crash, beep, beep. Honk, honk, rattle, rattle, crash, beep, beep. Honk, honk. Grandpa's beard is long and gray. Keeps on growing every day. Grandma eats it in her sleep. Says it tastes like shredded wheat. Honk, honk, rattle, rattle, crash, beep, beep. Honk, honk, rattle, rattle, crash, beep, beep. Honk, honk, rattle, rattle, crash, beep, beep. Honk, honk. Pepsi-Cola came to town. Coca-Cola shot him down. Dr. Pepper fixed him up. That's why we drink 7-Up. Honk, honk, rattle, rattle, crash, beep, beep. Honk, honk, rattle, rattle, crash, beep, beep. Honk, honk, rattle, rattle, crash, beep, beep. Honk, honk. I know, I'm weird. Today's a weird day. It's Halloween. You gotta be weird on Halloween. It's the rules. I love you guys. Thank you for being here. So yesterday, and again, please do not take this as a complaint about my husband. It's just the story of how yesterday went. And the day before, to be honest with you. Friday night, and Jimmy, the week of taking care of me extra has built up in him. And he actually came home from work in a good mood, and he had a good day at work. And of course, then having to tend to me exclusively. And I don't mean he didn't do anything else but tend to me, but he was the only one who was tending to me. At least that's the way he felt. It was getting to him. And I really think what happened was that he had gone to infusion with me the day before, and seeing that and getting my port access for the first time and stuff. I think it was just too much for him right now. But he's trying to be there. So I asked him to just talk about his feelings with me so they don't build up in you and just... And it's hard for him. I mean, it's hard for a lot of men, but I don't understand so much why it's hard for him. I think we've talked about this before. Jim and I spent the beginning of our relationship doing nothing but communicating. So how that stopped, or when that stopped, is kind of a mystery to me. So I'm sure it was gradual. I'm sure it wasn't overnight. That being said, he had his moments of like outburst and explosion, and like I watched, or I was told about a part of a vlog that he did where he was upset that a friend that has been visiting me a lot the last couple of months, before I even knew I had cancer, but while I was in bed, who was vaccinated and who was immunocompromised herself, came to visit me and didn't wear her mask, and he was upset about that. And I was like, why are you upset about that? Like, I was confused. I wasn't trying to belittle his feelings or berate his feelings. I was truly confused, because to me, like, he doesn't wear a mask and mom doesn't wear a mask because we're kind of around each other this whole time. So why is it different? That type of thing. And, you know, plus we don't hug, we sit far apart and everything. So it's not like even, you know, that part is like extra. So I don't know. It's just, so we talked about it and he was upset about it. And I said, Jim, we try to have a conversation, and it's not just you tell me your way and that's the end of the conversation. I was like, we have to discuss this. And if it's something you have a concern about, if I can reassure you or tell you why I did what I did, if you're that concerned about it, I will respect your feelings, but I do need you to hear me out. Like, I'm not saying that I'm going to disagree with you. I just need you to hear me out. It's only fair. I listened to you and your points, you know? So he was kind of like resistant to conversation yesterday, and then he thought about it. He needed some time alone. He thought about it, and he came back and he was apologetic. And then we're communicating really, really well. And I understand like frustrations get built up, and you know, it just is what it is. You can't do much to change the situation these days. It just has to be the way it is right now. So, but I just think that keeping the lines of communication open is the most important. So Saturday, he went out in the morning. He went and picked up some, where did he go? Oh, my prescription. So I got this prescription mouthwash that's called Miracle Mouthwash. Miracle Mix Magic Mouthwash. That's what it's called. And it's basically what they give for cancer patients who are having mouth issues. The doctor said he didn't see many sores, but let's nip them in the bud. So I have this. I'm supposed to do it 4 times a day. I was supposed to do it before I drank my coffee, and I just realized now, talking to you, that's where he went, and that's what I was supposed to do, but I didn't, and I'm sorry. Bad girl. But it basically has like healing properties and lidocaine and all kinds of things in there so that I could possibly eat. Then he ran to Kohl's to do a pickup. I placed a Kohl's order. Some of it's getting picked up. Some of it was ready yesterday. Some of it won't be ready for a couple of days, which is weird. It says it's still pending processing. I don't know if it's getting shipped to the store and it's just not there yet. And then some of it's getting shipped to the house. So Christmas pajamas. Shh, don't tell anybody. But Jim needed socks. And then I had Kohl's cash, so I went through the clearance and I went, ooh, cute hats. And I'm not saying that I'm going to lose my hair, but cute hats. You know, I wear hats anyway, but they're cute. Especially this one that says Hogwarts on it. And it's a Hogwarts high school hat, and I like it. So you can't take it from me. And I don't know where he put it. It's so cute. It still has the tag on it. Don't I look cute in hats? Why don't I wear hats more often? Especially since you just push your headband back. So the hat and the socks were ready. So he went and picked them up. So when he came home, he was... and he stopped at Price Chopper to get a few grocery items for dinner. And he brought me flowers. I'll try to remember and insert a picture here because it was very sweet and very unexpected. And they don't smell, which is great. They are orange and green and purple mums, I believe, with glitter on them. So perfect for Halloween and autumn. They'll take me through the autumn. I just thought they were so cute. And I was so touched, like so touched. For those of you who don't know, kidney cancer ribbon is, kidney cancer awareness ribbon is orange. So when I first saw it, I was like, oh, you brought me, because it's wrapped in orange plastic. And I was like, oh, you brought me kidney cancer ribbon. I'm like, he's like, keep looking. And I was like, oh, they're for Halloween. You got me Halloween flowers. And he said, I'm just sorry. And I love you. And I wanted to make you smile. And he did. He did. Very much so. Then he went out and he fed the birds. And I... Sometimes caring for others is overwhelming. It can be. I know. I've been there. I've been there so many times. I was taught in my training, if you can, walk away for a few minutes. Get somebody to cover you and walk away for a few minutes. Get it out. Cry, stomp, scream, internally. Do whatever you need to do. Breathe and then get back to it. Obviously, not everybody's trained that way. Not everybody works with developmental disability people, adults with developmental disabilities for that long. Who knows how to handle the crisis and takes the training and stuff. That being said, I think he's doing amazing. I think he's doing an amazing job. I do feel really bad when he gets overwhelmed. Yesterday, he actually got me to the point of like kind of shutting down a little bit, and I was building up in anger. Because he was kind of getting a little mean about things. And I know that it was a defense mechanism, and that's why I just decided to I took a step back and I came in and walked away and did a little prayer, meditation, breathing, calming thing for myself. So it was up and down. It felt like it was up and down the whole day. Like, we would have this really good couple of hours and then something would set him off that would like, poof. And one of the things that we discovered yesterday in talking is that I believe that his ADD is getting a little worse. Now, when we first met, he had some tools to deal with ADD symptoms, but we worked on many, many, many more tools over the years. And I don't know if it's just the stress of the event, the current state of affairs, but he seems like he's forgotten almost all the tools, which I kind of find bizarre. Like, I don't want to say it's on purpose, obviously, because that's what I mean, but it's just bizarre because he was doing so well. And to me, it's just really like, oh, I feel bad, but it's also hard to imagine. So the thing that was the biggest issue yesterday was he had to pick up the mouthwash. I had to call the pharmacy a half an hour early because they don't mix it until the person's ready to come and get it. So I called the pharmacy, and so he knew he had to go to pharmacy and Kohl's. That was it. Pharmacy and Kohl's, right? Two things. And they were in a half an hour or longer. So he was sitting there and I was like trying to just have a conversation with him about the day. I think it was kind of like about dinner plans. You know, are we taking something out? Are we doing this, X, Y, and Z? And he got like so overwhelmed. I was like, whoa, what's going on? Because your face is totally flustered. And he's like, you're throwing all this at me and I'm trying to remember that I've got Kohl's in the pharmacy. I was like, dude, I'm so sorry. First of all, And this is one of the coping mechanisms he used to have. One of his coping mechanisms was, if it's not in the right here and now, don't perseverate on it. Okay? So process that in 30 minutes, I will think about this. When my alarm goes off is when I will think about this. It is okay for now to put this on the back burner because there's nothing I can do for 30 minutes. That kind of skill, that's the kind of skill he had. And until somebody loses the skill that they had, or until somebody communicates differently than they ever had before, until something new arises, you don't really know what could trigger an episode or what could trigger the anxiety. So I know that what I had said to him originally was, I'm not asking you to fix this. I just am asking if there's a problem with it, because you can see it and I can't. Next to the chair where he was sitting here, and I was there in the couch, and he was at the chair at the fireplace, and next to the chair where he was sitting down there, couldn't see it past his legs, was the basket of throw blankets and pillows for the guest room. So we had pulled three of the pillows out to make the makeshift ottoman that I had here a couple of weeks ago. So we were done with it, and I asked him if we could put them away, and they were sitting on top. So when I went out to the living room, I said, I'm not asking you to do it because I can wheel myself over and do it when you're done. I'm just asking, was there a problem putting the pillows away? Like, did the blankets fall? Did other pillows go in their place on accident? Or did we replace them with something else? Like, I'm not asking you to do anything. I'm just asking you to assess the situation for me. And of course, it's another skill that is gone and way forgotten. Is just like, I'm asking you to describe something to me and you're doing it, and I'm not asking you to do it. And then you get like so overwhelmed that, why are you asking me to do this? I'm not asking you to do this. I'm asking you to look over at the basket and see, is there a space in that basket for those pillows? Do I need to wheel over there and take care of it? Is it something like I need to get a totally new basket? Do I need to downsize stuff? Like, what is the situation? That's all I'm asking. So he's answering me snappish because he's frustrated that I'm even asking him. And I'm like trying to process like what he's going through dealing with me having cancer. And I'm not trying to say to you guys that it's not me that is going through this too. But I mentioned it plenty of times before. I believe that God gave me this to deal with, to not only inspire and help others, but because I know that I can handle it. And it could be to help my husband get through these types of situations. It could be so we can learn together how to navigate. And I know that going through this for him is very, very stressful. And I don't always know what will trigger an anxiety, ADHD outbreak. This episode, I guess, is really what it is. So again, I'm not complaining about it. I'm just telling you how it's kind of going, So then he's acting and he's doing the pillows and he's like, they don't fit. And I was like, okay, stop. I'm not asking you to put them back. He's like, but now I'm putting them back. I'm like, okay, but I'm not asking you to do that. I just wanted you to tell me what's going on. Just describe it for me or give it to me. It was the first, I forgot to tell you guys that I actually said that. I was like, give it to me if you can't describe it to me. Like, if can you describe it to me or can you hand it to me? That's what I actually said. So I was like, well, then hand it to me and I'll take care of it myself. He's like, I've got it. I was like, but I'm not asking you to do it. Like, it's frustrating because, look, I know now, and I've told you guys this before, when the orthopedist said no more walking with the rollator, it killed my independence. I need assistance being independent. I know that sounds stupid, but hook me up so that I can do stuff myself. Yesterday, and I don't know if my sister's watching this because it was supposed to be a surprise, but yesterday and the day before, I've been working on my medical book. And that's what I used to do at my job. One of the many tasks that I did at my program was to put together medical books. As a matter of fact, when I was at day program, I did such what they considered an amazing job putting together these medical books that I was sent over to all the different hub sites to put together people's medical books. It was at the beginning of the digital age. And it wasn't really. It was 2009, 10, 9, 10. Was it? It was Pop was still alive. So 2009. I had a digital camera and I was sent around to all the hub sites to take the pictures of the individuals and load them on the hub sites computers so that they can insert an actual headshot of the individual. We would do a headshot and a body shot. There was two boxes so that you could see the individual and recognize them in their medical paper information. Make sure you had the right individual. So that was like my thing. And then they sent me around to do everybody's books because, you know, I was very computer graphic savvy and all this stuff. So I was working on my medical book, but he had to help me. He had to wheel a table over for me because I can't walk and wheel a table at the same time. I can't roll because the table and the rollator are in each other's way. If I roll and push the table, then I have to get off the rollator to walk around the table, and I can't do that. It's just a lot of logistics. But that's what I mean. Like, I need help to be independent. So I like to be able to do these things. I want to cook, but I need somebody to bring me the things to cook with. I can roll over and get certain things, but I can't roll over all the way. And I can cook at the table as long as somebody brings me the appliance. And I want my family to let me do these things because I feel like I don't have my independence. I want to be able to do what I can when I can. And that's what the doctor said. Rest when your body's telling you. Work when your body's telling you. Do what you can when you can, and then rest the rest of the time. So that's a little choky, sorry. So yesterday I was like, just give me the basket because I would love to be able to fix it myself, you know? But then he was taking it on himself, and I was like, okay. So while he's doing the basket, which I asked him not to do, but he's doing it anyway, I was talking to him about one of the things he pulled out. And I was just asking, like, did you know if that got washed? And he shut down. He lost it. His face got all red. I'm still dealing with okay. First of all, this is the same project. So me asking a question about a part of the project, I didn't know it was going to be that upsetting. Like, I didn't know it was going to be that triggering. I'm sorry. I won't stop talking to you. Like, I'm just going to stop talking to you right now. And we worked it out. That's the whole point, was like that we did work it out. And it's funny because I used to come on and talk about issues that we had and how we resolved them as a couple who've been married for 20 years. And you'd think we would have good advice to give as a couple that's been married for 20 years. And how do we resolve these things? We've never separated, like, intentionally. Like, we've had, when Jimmy worked at Yellowstone, we physically separated. When my father passed away and we thought we had to move to Rolla, we physically separated. But our relationship, we've never separated. We never talked divorce. We never stepped out. We each never stepped out on each other. Like, we have ups and downs, but we've had a solid relationship. So you'd think that I could give advice, especially when, if your spouse has a learning disability or ADHD or control issues, or, I think that's what he thinks. I have control issues. I have cancer. I have type 2 diabetes and limited mobility. As a couple, we both have our issues. Like, how do we deal with our issues? And I feel like that would be a good piece, but it always came off to people, not everybody. It came off to a lot of people, or the haters, or whatever you want to say, that I was just complaining about my husband, and I'm not. And this story is not a complaint about my husband. It's just like, these are the issues that we had. These are the issues that arose. This is new recurring issues we haven't seen in 20 years. So it's like new issues because of the cancer. So the issues are just like manifesting differently. So this is just how we're dealing with them. And somebody could be going through the same thing. And one thing that I say could trigger, like, their healing type of thing. Like, why wouldn't you let me just talk about it? That being said, he totally shut down after that. And he got all red in the face and he walked away. And I said, please stop walking away in the middle of the thing, what he likes to do. And unfortunately, it comes off as very childish and immature to a lot of people. And I don't think that's what it is with Jim, but I think that's a huge ADHD thing that I'm learning about, is that they want to say what they want to say and they want to leave the room. And it's not like I'm a child and I'm going to stomp off. I'm learning it's more like it took a lot of courage to say this, and I have to walk away because I'm going to cry or say, or like it'll get me angry, whatever emotion could arise from staying. But of course, like me, I'm like, please stop doing that and walking away. Talk to me. Tell me what is going on. And he did. He finally broke down and he told me, like, I'm overwhelmed. And I said, I understand. I am so sorry that you're feeling this way. I am trying to do everything that I can to relieve some of the workload from you. I am, not putting all of these extra demands on you. I'm trying to, utilize mom. I'm trying to do whatever I'm allowed to do by myself. And I know that it's not enough right now, and that's why my sister has come to help, because she knows that it's hard for him, especially working a full-time job, to be able to do these things for me. So, yeah. Okay. Excuse me. So after that, yesterday, he went and he got the prescription, got to Kohl's, went to Price Chopper, got me flowers, apologized, and I always say, there's no need to apologize. Just talk to me, is all I ever ask. Please try to share your feelings with me before they become problems, And then it was good for a long while, and then my friend reached out and said about she was so sorry that if she knew that he wanted me to wear a mask, basically she was like, if I knew he wanted me to wear a mask, I would have worn a mask. I'd never want to disrespect you. I'd never want to disrespect him. And she was so apologetic, and I felt so bad because she felt bad, and I was like, absolutely not. And I got kind of angry at him because he never expressed these concerns to me before he got on his vlog. And the last time we had an issue, our relationship had an issue on the vlog, I said to him, why didn't you share any of this with me before you went ahead and shared it with the world? And I don't care that you want to share it with the world. Share it with the world. I won't get completely caught off guard. Or you'll be educated on all the facts. I told her it wasn't necessary. She offered, and I told her it wasn't necessary. I was like, we're not hugging. We hugged the very first time we met, but I didn't know I had cancer then. I just thought I had a broken hip and needed a hip replacement. She was the one who's immunocompromised. And that was it. And the rest of the time we've just been air hugs and coming and going and stuff. We've shared meals together, and she's helped me clean up my commode accidents and stuff. What? I was just so completely caught off guard, and I felt so bad. And I was like, absolutely not. Absolutely not. I sent him the text messages from her so that he can see how sincere she was. But I was angry with him because you aren't just talking about me now. You're talking about a friend of mine without knowledge. You're just talking out of turn, because I told her no. She offered and I told her no. And you're not supposed to get upset with her. If you want to get upset with someone, you get upset with me. And what are you talking about? Because then he's like, all these people came. I was like, all these people? What are you talking about? I had no idea what he was talking about. And he was talking about before I knew it was cancer, but thought it might be. Basically I had tumors, but I wasn't, before the biopsy, basically. So I had friends came that didn't wear masks, but offered. And I was like, if you just stay in the other side of the living room, we'll be all right. You know, it's more than 6 feet apart. It's like 12 feet apart. So, and then we sprayed and sanitized after they left. Like the whole bit. We're being careful. We're being safe. And only one of those people weren't vaccinated, and they stayed over on the other side of the room entirely. So, yeah. And they asked, do you want us to wear masks? I was like, as long as you don't try to give me a hug, we'll be all right. We'll be all right. So, of course, my sister is also very concerned. She's like, you're very immunocompromised and you can get sick. And if you get COVID, the doctor said your treatment goes back. And I was like, honey, if I get COVID, I'm not worried about my cancer treatment. I'm just saying. I wouldn't be worried about my cancer treatment. I would be worried about my COVID. But no, I understand. I do. That's why I'm trying. That's why I'm not going into stores. That's why I'm washing constantly to the point where my cuticles are about to fall right off no matter how much lotion I put on. Plus the sanitizer. Sanitizer and alcohol is just like terrible for your skin. So it's just, I get it. I am doing everything that I could. I'm doing the very best that I can without cutting myself off entirely from the world. So the conversation just needed to be had. What are you talking about? Why did you get this way with her? Instead of saying something to me, talk to me about it before you got on there and complained about her. He's like, I'm sorry. And then of course he went out, went his shopping, and then surprised me at the Walmart, which I think I'm going to share today on my main video, on my main channel. I think you're going to get a bonus video today.
I'm reminding you, take my meds.
Excuse me. Jim went to Walmart to get some groceries, and I asked him if he would go to the Dollar Tree for me, and he went to the Dollar Tree. He went to the Dollar Tree and he thought he knew what I was going to ask him to get. So I really need, don't send me Christmas trees. I wanted Christmas trees, that's all. And he's like, oh, they didn't have a lot of Christmas stuff. That's fine, Jim. Bottoms up. Excuse me, because it always comes with a burp. So we went to the Dollar Tree, surprised me with flowers from the Dollar Tree, which I didn't share with you. He just surprised me with some orange flowers. I wanted orange flowers and orange mesh. I wanted socks with grippies on the bottom, but then my friend brought me some, which he said they didn't have, but he was looking by the socks. Not by the winter stuff. What else? He went somewhere else. Oh, he was going to go to Starbucks, but they weren't accepting mobile orders. No, that was earlier. Take that back. That was earlier. Where did he go after that? He went to Walmart and he went to the Dollar Tree. I feel like he went somewhere else and I can't remember. But either way, always, I am very, the post office. So I asked him if he would go to the post office to get the key for the P.O. box, and he misunderstood. He went and got paperwork to get a P.O. box, but you can get a P.O. box online. You just have to go in and say, hi, this is me, and I need my key. So I'm trying to set up this P.O. box, but I need to get the key first. And he misunderstood what we were going there for. So I apologize that I don't have it for you guys yet. Today being Monday, it might be by sometime today, but you guys will see this video before it actually happens. So I apologize that it's not there yet, and I promised it to you guys like almost a week ago, so please forgive me. That being said, this has been a really great conversation. Oh no, so I was going to finish up the night, sorry. Jim, we decided to have gyros because he makes gyros all week and we never get to have them anymore. So my sister was able to find gyro meat when she was in Sam's Club in the city or whatever. And he went and got regular and whole wheat pita bread, but I really realized I forgot that I wasn't eating wheat. So I had mine on a folio egg wrap, which is really good. Actually, it was like it was 1.5 folio egg wraps. Don't ask me how 1/2 of an egg wrap was attached to the other half of this egg wrap, but it was. And he made, because now he knows the recipe for tzatziki sauce, so he made homemade tzatziki sauce, and we put onions and tomatoes and stuff, so it was delicious. Mom helped him, which was great. But he got really upset with me about coming out to dinner. My sister really wants me to make sure I come out for a meal, come out to eat at the table. However, I think that her concern was, if I'm going to be in the room all day, at least I can come out to dinner. But I wasn't. I was outside in the living room all day, and I had just gotten tired and come back to bed, or to the bedroom. I was sitting here. I wasn't even in bed. I was sitting here. And it became an issue. It became an issue. So I ate here, and then I sat and talked to him. I said, can I ask you something? If it's really important that I eat the family meal with everybody, why don't we have an earlier meal on the weekends? Because you need to come out for dinner. And I was like, no, okay, do I need to actually come out for like the third meal of the day? Or do I need to we can sit together as a family? Because when I was capable of cooking, sometimes our family meal was big breakfast on Sunday, and we wouldn't have a big Sunday dinner because Mom doesn't really eat a meal twice in one day. She'll just have like a small sandwich or something later. So I was like, why can't we just come out together for a big breakfast? I'm already up. I'm already feeling good. If I've spent all my spoons by noon, then I don't really have many spoons to come back. And yesterday I spent a few extra trips to the bathroom, which I've told you guys before does take a lot of energy to get there, because my rollator, does not fit through the bathroom doors. So I have to transfer. Thank God I have a full length counter that's like very sturdy. So I have to transfer to the walker. I keep the walker in the bathroom, so I have to transfer to the walker and then put as much weight as I can on the walker on my way to the toilet. And getting up and down from the toilet without using my leg, it takes a lot out of me just to go to the bathroom. That's why I do number one in the commode a lot more than I wish I needed to, if that makes any sense, that I would want to. It's because I know that if I only have 4 trips to the bathroom, I need to save them for emergencies. So let's put it that way. So that being said, I did go a few extra trips to the bathroom yesterday, and I was so tired, physically tired, to the point where like right now my head hurts because I was so tired yesterday. I felt out, and I woke up at midnight, and I did have to go to the bathroom. Actually, was it 1 o'clock? 1 o'clock it might have been, just almost 1 o'clock, 12:53 or something. And I couldn't fall right back to sleep. I really tried, but I was tired. So I started to like do things on my phone, and I uploaded the video from today, this morning. You're watching this, it was yesterday. So I did that, and then I like fell right back to sleep. I was like, that will run while I'm sleeping. I'll wake up and finish it. So that's what I did. And then I ended up falling right back to sleep after just about an hour. And I slept until the alarm went off at 5 o'clock to take my medicine, to take my my chemotherapy. Yeah. So that was how my day went. My relationship with my husband is always stronger after a discussion. And I know that sounds obvious, but when you're in the midst of the disagreement, it's sometimes hard to imagine that you'll get through stronger as opposed to weaker. But it's really, really worth discussing. Communication has always been the greatest single piece to any lasting relationship, whether it's friendship, whether it's your romantic relationships, whether it's between you and your parents. Open lines of communication, honest, open lines of communication are always the best advice that I can give anybody. Did I learn this from my job? Maybe. Did I learn some of it from my parents? Maybe. Did I learn it being the 5th youngest of 7 children under the age of 10 in my house till I was 7 years old? I'm 100% sure that's why. I do. Sometimes I'm like just trying to be heard at, amongst all of the noise. You really learn to be patient, to take your time, but it's important to communicate, and it's important to be heard, and it's important to be seen, and it's important to hear and see the other person as well. So I guess that's the takeaway from today's advice. Was I had a wonderful romantic day with my husband, and then a disaster, and then a romantic, and then a disaster, and then a romantic. A roller coaster of a day. But it all worked out, and we're stronger for it. And today's Sunday, and today's going to be a blessed day. I just know it. I can feel it. I can feel it deep down in my bones. Deep down in my mummy. This glows in the dark, by the way. I just wish it could get dark enough in here for you. The little eyeballs, I think. Like you see the little eyeballs peeking out. So, Jimmy's glows in the dark when he wears his, and I was like, ooh, this is my first time wearing mine, but Julie has worn hers because she's from Las Vegas, and as soon as she got them, she was like, ooh, warm pajamas. And Jim has worn his, because again, he's cold-blooded, and he's like, ooh, warm pajamas. I am like, oh, it's finally cold enough to wear my Halloween pajamas. Thank God it's just Halloween. So, there you go. Love you guys. Remember that if nobody's told you today or this week, I love you. I appreciate every single one of you for what you put in this world, for what you have to offer, and for just being who you are. I do. And I'm so grateful and blessed that you have chosen to spend some time with me, with or without your cup of coffee, tea, hot chocolate, scotch, whatever you need at 8 o'clock in the morning. Sometimes you need a shot of scotch at 8 o'clock in the morning. As long as it doesn't become an addiction, and it doesn't become an all-day thing. Everything in moderation, right, my friends? Okay. Again, I love you. And if you would like to share any of these videos with me, it would really help me out. If you would like to subscribe and you haven't, if you're here and you haven't subscribed yet, that would really help me out. My friend Sharon over on the main channel is like, we've got to get you to 100,000 subscribers. And I was like, oh, you're so sweet. I was like, if I can start crafting again, I'm sure I would get there. I was like, but things have slowed down a lot. I picked up a lot of subscribers over autumn, and I didn't even craft. It's just that autumn DIYs are very popular, and they are money maker's not the way to say it, but they're what draws in the people, so again, I love you, and as always, you guys take care. God bless, and we'll see you next time. Bye. Bye. Bye.